Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Last Stand Gamers, and welcome. So it's Thursday, and Thursday means one thing. We've got an exciting new update from the Space Engineers developers, and you're probably wondering what you'll be getting your hands on this week. Well, I want you to strap into your chair because this one is damn right exciting. Now, let's have a look at some of the new features. Now, these are a creative sort of tool only. Voxel Hands, they're called. Now, they are quite similar to what you saw me molding the terrain in one of the early previews of Medieval Engineers. So, as you can see, we've got a box, we've got a capsule, we have a ramp, a sphere, and an auto terrain level. So, if you click on these, we get some basic sort of shape settings. We've got the width, the height, the depth. And if I just move this block into position, you can actually see how I'm going to place and it's going to actually form the terrain, and I'm actually building flat sort of slabs at the moment. But if I turn to the capsule and just manipulate it like a usual sort of block using these keys, the home, the end, the page up and page down, I can actually manipulate and move this and make all sorts of wiggly and curvy shapes to make a really natural looking asteroid base if I wished. Really cool to have a play around with. Now we have the sphere as well, all of them lending to them their own sort of way of disguising this a little bit better, because previously it was a little bit too sort of straight. You can see the edges are a bit too straight, so we need to make this look like it's more been carved out. So we'll add some ribbing onto the side here. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good indeed. And then we'll put one more rib, and there we go. So you can really curve and change your base, make it feel more like home. And as you can see, we've built a little bit of an asteroid base into this area here. So we've got a little window, a little home. Now what they do say is it doesn't work on building it around ships, like so we've got a small ship blocking the way. You can see the red areas coming up. But what is really good is if you're building an asteroid station. So say for instance we want to build a little bit of a platform with an antenna on it. But the problem is we can't necessarily always put that on a flat surface. But what we can do is actually build the blocks around it. You see there's no red box. And we can actually just mold up this shape around the area, and it's become flat with it. So it's just really cool for creating them asteroid bases. Now let's have a look at the materials themselves. We've got a whole variety of materials, every single one that we've actually seen. So we've got iron, we've got stones, we've got different sorts of stone textures. We've just got loads of stone textures actually. We've got some iron, and we can spray these just like using paint. So the middle mouse button like so on an existing block, and if we place this block it'll just continue extending out in that color. Now there is advanced features for these that are even cooler. By pressing H, we go to the advanced menu, and you can see we've got snap to voxel. So what it'll actually do is it'll snap to the voxel sort of tabs, and it's a bit more of a clickety sort of thing, but it's perfect for doing floors on asteroids and working with stations. So if we go back to actually having a look at the settings, we can see we now have the transparency that affects the actual transparency of the block in front of you, not the material that you're placing. So you can actually place it around and see what's going on behind it. We have the distance. This allows us to place it further or closer away, and you can see as we move it further and back. We have the project to voxel. That'll basically let it click on to whatever voxel that's already there, so we can extend out from a piece of terrain. We can bring to us like that. You can see how it extends out. It's really interesting, really cool, allowing you to make some really interesting shapes. Now, please don't say what you think they are in the comments below. Right, moving on. Let's have a look at some more of the features. We have the width, the height are all just available to adapt and change on the fly. Really nice. Let's take that off that projector, and we can stretch it. We can make a really thin sort of tablet. Say we were building a walkway or a stone bridge across something, but it's just going to really change the sort of building mechanics, because you can just place in a nice stone bridge connecting up to the compartment areas. So it's currently locked to the voxel, that's what making it a little bit hard. We can place that in, and we've got an iron sort of walkway that's going across. Pretty cool, pretty interesting to actually have a mess around with in this sort of form. Now, the next feature is going to blow you away completely. So this is a new feature with all the weapons. We've got a whole new variety of settings that we can add to the sensor and button blocks, allowing them to shoot and fire either under a button press or a sensor launching a missile at you. Now, what this is going to do for your drones and automated turrets is just make them so much more awesome. So if we back away again, and the drone is going to track us across the area, and maybe we get too close. Now we've basically built ourselves here a static sort of turret, and you can set the range of that sensor a little bit further, and this thing is going to track an enemy ship as it goes past, maybe lock on with its Gatling guns, or I don't know, it just seems absolutely awesome. But anyway, for the moment, let's quickly delete that and I'll show you some of the settings that you can do within the button tab itself. So we've just got a number of Gatling guns here, and we have the button itself. So as you can see, if we drag a Gatling gun down, you see that we've got shoot once, so this will just fire 1 round. I'll press the button, you can see it just fires 1 round off. And if I press the button again and we bring up a new control, we drag that Gatling gun back on, and we can have shoot on and off. So as you can see, we press the button, shoots the Gatling gun until I press the button again. Rather cool indeed. We've also got the other settings that are just shoot, so it'll just stay on without us being able to control it, and shoot off. Very interesting, very cool, and allow us to activate a whole different variety of turrets. So the final thing I had to do was get out the flat guns and hook up the remote control system, as you can see here, with these bad idea style turrets. And what I wanted to do was actually make a constant firing flat gun with these 88, something like you'd see on the German sort of whirlwind sort of tanks and stuff. I'll show you how it works. So we've got different buttons hooked up to a different number of guns, 1 cannon on each system. So let's fire them away. So we're going to fire 1, fire 2 guns, fire a 3rd gun, fire them a 4. And you can see as we're taking them in turn, the gun means it can actually reload, and you can get a constant high rate of fire from these turrets. Something that wasn't really possible before, but it's certainly awesome. I'll do it one more time. Oh, absolutely amazing. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.